It's gorilla time.
First and foremost, we give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High God, Yahweh. We do so in the name of His only begotten Son, who the world calls Christ. Yahweh Shai. Back at y'all, episode 24 of Gorilla Time. And this is what we call the women episode. Women.
This is really our 24th episode?
24 episodes in the game through the Spirit and power.
So we've done this podcast 24 times.
Well, arguably
23 times now it's our 20.
The first two was the SICARRI Origins 1 and 2. I did one when Duck died,
Okay.
Life and so I might have did 4, but either from 4 or 5 on we've done. You see what I'm saying? So at least 20.
Damn.
About 20 of them. And then you like
I'm present for like 5.
nah, you're like 6, 7 in the game right now, bro.
No.
My nigga.
you said no.
Fuck no, right?
I've been patiently counting.
Okay.
I think it's like 5.
But,
You know, it's probably
Oh,
nice.
praise to the Most High.
Oh,
I mean,
praise
I'm
to the
happy,
Most High.
but you know.
Whatchamacallit?
You forgot the topic.
Nah, women. So, whatchamacallit, women, girls, sisters, princesses, all the names, uplifted, positive, names, absent,
There's some
negative
right.
connotation.
Niggas is listening to this and I bet they're saying
What
all
time? Yo, listen.
Go ahead.
You know me being new. I thought about all different types of women, but then you set it off with that, so I gotta stick to that script.
Oh wow.
I mean, we can deal with that too.
Yeah, I mean, we're
can
being
deal with
open,
that.
right?
Right.
We're being,
Your head's in the gutter. You're being open about it.
we're being open. We're being
You know?
open.
So,
Listen, everybody lives in this world, right?
we live in this world, and we're gonna talk
That's
about
right.
this world. And we're gonna talk about some things. We're gonna talk about women. You know, there's a guy going pretty viral right now. I believe his name is Kevin Samuels. Brother that keeps telling women like, well, you're not qualified for this type of, you know, and not that I agree with everything he's saying, but there are women out there that are telling men that same thing.
That's right.
So there needs to be that balance of accountability. Oftentimes women, they dislike that the balance and accountability, and you shouldn't. But if you dislike it and you adamantly are against it, then you're reinforcing a double standard, which is fine to reinforce a double standard as long as you accept the double standards on each side.
That's right.
Because we agree to double standards, just like we know there's double standards for us. There's double standards that are in favor of women as well, and they need to be reinforced. I don't disagree with them. You know, so man, where do we start? Well, let's just start. Let's go from Nashar to me. What's that? Right to left? From where I'm sitting, from what they're looking at, left to right. Let's just talk about the type of women that you like and you like to experience, and you know, things of that nature.
That's a tough one, man. You know what? How about I do you one even better? How about I can tell you where my origins came from, and then now to where I've elevated to now.
Okay, how you matured in
absolutely.
attraction. Okay,
right?
Let's do it. In taste.
You know, so it was tough. Tough in a sense as far as now that I know what I know now, but back then I did not. I knew I liked light skin.
Okay.
Right? I like light skin, right? I knew I liked the wavy curly hair. I mean, you know, California, right? The wavy curly hair, the golden tan sun. But as far as personality, I didn't really know what the hell I wanted because I didn't know myself back then.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's a true statement, right? I guess a lot of us can say, right?
Didn't know this.
And you know what's funny? I didn't date a lot.
Okay.
When I was young at all. I was so focused on sports, but I never really wanted to get to know women on that type of level until I got a little bit older. I just wanted to kind of be in and out, which was bad, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, at the same time, I felt like I understood what women were kind of all about. If that makes sense.
You thought you had it figured out.
I thought I had it figured out, so I knew enough to
Maybe.
kind of stay away, but I also knew enough to where I want to poke my head in. That was actually the wrong phrase for that, man.
Well, yeah. Jesus Christ.
You said my head was in the gutter this season, right? That's okay. No, but that's a tough one. You put me on. I don't know.
You don't know?
I mean, it'll come back to me. How about you decide?
I'm gonna kind of land me back or gorilla.
Silverback.
Gorilla back, silverback, land me back, silverback.
I would have said land.
Off of what the brother was going into. Now he said, the brother prefer light skinned women. I love all of the 12 tribes of Israel. I love all shades, all sizes.
Throw me to the damn.
I'm not even trying to. I'm not trying to do it,
They're
but
coming for you. Don't worry.
I mean,
That's crazy.
it's not intentional.
That's
But you see what I'm saying? You know, how you throw somebody a lob and you kind of like
you just
you're a
slam
quarterback. You threw a pick. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just go ahead and bring it to the end zone. But nah, Salaki, I wasn't trying to do that. Nah, I mean, I never. Growing up, I guess, at a young age, because of kind of psychological damage that this place does to our people. For whatever reason, I was, like my father, my mother would ask me what kind of girl I want. I'd say a girl with golden hair, right? When I was younger. But growing up and starting to kind of mature, there's no way I want any other woman besides, like, or Spanish woman. You know what I'm saying? There's no way. So, I remember, though, even being young, and it really just kind of turned up coming into the truth. Like, I'll just ask myself like a set of probably 2 or 3 questions if I really want to move forward with a woman. Is how would I feel comfortable with this woman if I'm on my deathbed? She has control of whether they pulled a plug on me. If I found out she was pregnant, would I be happy or would I be sad? You see what I'm saying? And is this someone that I want to be a representative of myself? And if she meets all 3 criteria, then I feel like she passes the test.
So you were asking yourself, because
I came into the truth.
You're young.
So that's why I started evolving, and that comes within the truth. So I came to the truth at 16 years old. Right. And so one of the things,
that's right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So one thing one of the first things I'm told is sex is marriage. Sex is marriage, right? Boom. Right. So I understand if I lay with a woman, I have to be with her. So even at that middle teenage stage, I'm already starting, okay, well, I can't just go sleeping with nobody unless I'm prepared to, deal with them on that capacity. So
I can relate to that. Listen, I didn't always make the best choices when it came to me, dealing with women, but I always knew overall what I wanted in the long term. Like I knew I wanted a wife. The big house, the white picket fence, the 2 kids, the dog, the whole bit, right?
The white life.
The white life, the Caucasian life, right? Like I knew I wanted that. I knew I wanted my marriage or my relationship to be meaningful, and I wanted to be happy with, the person I'm with. The problem is that I wasn't groomed that way. I didn't see that, nor was I having those serious conversations to raise not only a man but to hold down a woman. I had to learn on the fly, and a lot of it was a lot of trial, and a lot of those situations evolve into the adult life, right? Because I was lacking something, but I knew what I always wanted, and I know how I wanted it, but it was kind of free for all. I mean, all of Israel. I mean, I was all over the place, though. I'm just being real.
No, you're transparent.
Yeah, how about you, Chief? This nigga was
me. Well, where do I begin? Me. I guess we'll start with the exterior, and then we can move into the the more weighty matter of type. So yeah, from when I was young, when I was in first grade, it was this girl, man, just man, the ghettoest girl probably in class, man, Shelly, man, and Shelly really liked me, and I really liked the Shelly, you know what I'm saying? I always liked it, girl from around the way is, there's a comfort there, to me, so, that kind of type, archetype, I've always been a major fan of.
Keisha.
Well, I'm moving into Keisha.
My bad.
Keisha is not. She's not just a girl from around the way. She's like Nas said, she's ghetto Naomi Campbell. You know what I'm saying? The ghetto Naomi Campbell. That's like the around the way girl on steroid at her highest level. You see what I'm saying? So so that helped mold the damn videos and the movies and stuff like that. So you see a movie like Belly was one of my favorite movies, and Keisha, and it was like, yeah, I want Keisha. So there's that. You know what I'm saying? They say opposites attract. So I'm this tall, light skinned nigga. I want a girl that's short and dark skinned. That's always physically been my preference. But depending on what field I was in, grass on the infield, play ball. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna play ball, period. You know what I'm saying? Whatever's on the field, nigga, you know what I mean? But that's always been like my art, my like pinnacle of preference. But don't get it twisted. Like Asad said, I enjoy, I appreciate the beauty of all the 12 tribes in all shapes, sizes, colors, and tribes. And I've probably at least been either in courtships, relationships, whatever, with at least probably 8 of the tribes. Hands the only one I ain't dealt with, Naphtali, Asher, and Reuben. Other than that, I done dealt with that whole chart, guaranteed. Yeah, for sure, I've dealt with that whole chart. No, Salakia, Manasseh too. I never had a Manasseh. So 8 of the 12 tribes I've experienced, extra platonic in a relationship, right? So I have a good grasp on the tribes and dealing with and girls from petite to plus size. Even though I gotta preface like our father Jacob. Our father Jacob, in the book of Genesis, it says he liked Rachel more than Leah, and when you look it up in the Hebrew, it's because of the curves. Rachel was more curvy, had a better body than Leah, so to speak, right? So I have that preference, but that's not, sometimes people box me into my prayer. Everybody who know my prayer kind of box me in. And sometimes I certainly appreciate and really am fond of women that are outside of my typical preference. Physically, that is. We're talking exterior first. But even interior, because just a runaway girl in general is not just a look or anything like that. It's a whole kind of package and vibe. But I pretty much consistently like the same type of girls my whole life. There was a point in time where I really liked girls that were really not good for me. Not like these girls are really gonna do something horrible to me, but sometimes I like the worst type of girls.
What do you mean though?
Like they're just
because somebody else's words can be different than yours, right? So when you say words,
something you want to say, don't keep it PG.
Let's keep everything transparent.
You know what I'm saying?
We got to keep it real.
There you go.
Listen, bitches with a fucked up mentality. You know what I'm saying?
I put myself on the table.
Bitches with a fucked up mentality. Bitches with low morals.
Right.
Shit like trifling bitches. I like trifling bitches a lot in my life. And that's fun. And you play with trifling bitches. Certain things come with that. I'm a man, so I'm responsible if I engage in that situation. I'm not the type to walk in knowing this is a bitch with this trifling, right? I'm not even gonna apologize to the audience, and then get mad when trifling shit occurs. I can't. I knew what I was getting myself into. I'm responsible for that. I'm not gonna blame her. I gotta blame myself if anybody's to blame, because I am a willing participate in the situation in trifling shit.
Absolutely.
So,
go ahead.
I'm gonna say something, and this is just for the audience too. You already know how this podcast goes, and I'm gonna say this too for the viewing audience again. They say a hurt dog don't holler, right? Hurt dog gonna holler, right? So if you get mad that we talking about trifling bitches, you just might be a trifling bitch. Am I wrong? Am I wrong in saying it?
You just might be a trifling bitch because I do not facilitate the generalization of women. I don't facilitate the generalization of women, especially Black and Hispanic women. By and large, I don't facilitate, I don't co-sign, I don't participate in stereotyping and generalization. What do I mean? When you got these hurt, resentful, jilted niggas, men who get on the internet and just say women are this, women are that, women are this, women are... No, women aren't that. The type of women that you are going after are like that.
That's right.
There are types of women.
That's right.
We all know women that are all type of different ways, that have all type. You know, there's girls that will sit in the house while their nigga is cheating on them. They will pay all the bills. They will cook. They will let a nigga dog them out and not do shit for them and stay with them, right?
And vice versa too.
And well, hold on. We go on this. So we have those type of women. Then you have a type of woman that's like, I'm just gonna fuck with as many niggas as I want to for financial gain or for material gain. You can't box that girl, right, into that girl's box. Yeah. They're in different boxes. There's all type of different women out there with different mentalities, and there is a culture online, especially amongst black people, amongst our people, that do that. When the fact is, no, nigga, you're mad because you keep chasing the bitch you saw on Instagram and in the music video, and you have a concept in your mind. It's just like niggas that get addicted to pornography. They are watching some type of setup thing, and then they expect when they turn the TV off, when they meet a real girl, that she's gonna do that, what he saw in the video. Mm-hmm. And he doesn't realize that she's been paid ahead of time. There was a whole script. It was doing this way, and it looked good. She may not even have
a professional.
She might not even have had a goddamn orgasm, even though it seemed like it. You see what I'm saying? That's a movie. It's cutting, it's spliced. You see what I'm saying?
So it takes stuff.
You know what I mean? They're doing all that, right? And they're taking in performance enhancing drugs.
That's right.
Right? You see what I'm saying?
They got PEDs.
Shit, they got performance enhancing drugs. So, but you think that when you get in the room with this girl, this semi-wholesome girl that's trying to, you know what I mean, please you, but you want her to just be full fucking fledged Roxy Reynolds, nigga, and that's not who she is, right? So but in the same way, you got guys that are going on Instagram and they're going on the music videos and they see a certain type of girl and they start to chase after that girl, and when they realize that girl got this hot girl, city girl mentality, they're mad about it. No, that's the exact bitch you wanted.
That's right. So
don't complain about it. When you get it, play the game that she wants, that she's playing. If you don't want to play the game that she's playing, go get another fucking field, bro. It's that simple. You can't complain about, oh, this bitch is all they want is all of their bills paid and they came to Atlanta for All-Star Weekend. Why are you engaging with a girl like that if you're going to complain about it? That be my thing about it. You see what I'm saying? So here's my thing, right? You got women that want around, oh, I want a nigga that make this amount of money and pay this and pay that and pay this and pay that. Cool. You are entitled to want that all you want. And I think if you want that, then you should have that. Stop talking to niggas that can't do that, though, and to get mad about it. Right. In the same vein with men, if you don't want a girl that thinks like that, stop chasing after bitches that think like that. If you can't pay all them bills that they looking for your ass to pay, my nigga, it's that simple. And then nobody has to complain about shit, because everybody should be getting what they want, because everybody should be seeking people who have what I like to call optimal compatibility with you. That's what you need. You need to meet people. You need to meet a person that is optimally compatible with you. Right?
Simple saying, birds of a feather flock together.
Birds of a feather flock together. You chasing after the wrong bird, my nigga. You a whole blue jay chasing after the red robin.
What does Scripture say?
Fuck a blue jay, bro. Yeah, exactly.
Every beast sticking to his kind.
Sticking to his kind, bro. So you need to stick to your kind. That's what it is. So I know, okay, I've had a propensity in my life to like some of the negative type of broads. And I have to identify that. Right? And you know, and when I say trifling bitches, it's not even necessarily that city girl and hot girl mentality. That's not even necessarily what I'm talking about, for the record. But you know, you have to recognize that and say, okay, well, let's step back. You know, and it breaks down to this, and I've been harping on this. I've been harping on this, and I'm gonna keep harping on it because it's important, and people need to hear this. Brothers need to hear this, and even women too, because women could apply it. But you know, like the scriptures speak about, give not thyself, and Sirach, give not thyself to a light woman. Don't give yourself to a woman, and light, what's the opposite of light? Heavy. So don't give yourself to a woman that's not heavy, right? Don't give yourself to a woman that's just a light thing to you, that you can just dismiss. You see what I'm saying? That you're not, that's not weighing. If she doesn't weigh on you, then don't give yourself to her, right? Now you can talk to her. You can even go on a couple of dates with her. But when I give yourself to her, don't do that if she don't hold weight with you. That's what it boils down to. And who holds weight with me fluctuates. It varies. There's no uniform to what that looks like. When I know. And these are brothers who've been around me. And even though Nashar hasn't been around the longest, as long as Hassan has been with me on a day in and day out basis, Nashar knows what that looks like because Nashar has seen that, has seen me experience that. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's not often that I experience that. So it's unique and it's special, and I'm happy that he's able to it's good with your bro. And I learned this from dealing with being close with my best friend in the world, which is the deacon. It's wonderful to experience that. When we're getting our our fraternal, our brotherhood on, and then to see a brother who, he gets the other form of bonding that's necessary to life, which is from the opposite sex, and that way, that intimate, that relationship way, it's a beautiful thing to observe when a brother's like, oh, what I'm saying, you see him, into somebody, if she's a decent girl, also, because if you see your brother following after a bitch that ain't shit, you like, hey, look, bro, like you trying to get him from falling off the ledge. Yeah. Nah, nigga, like, no, bro, don't go that way.
Stay that way.
You know what I'm saying? So it's but like I said, there's no uniform to it, and even though everybody, most people know I got a type, but I go outside of that too. All right, you know what I'm saying? I've had, it's funny. When I was just out with y'all the other day, and I was talking about. The SICARRI woman, you see what I'm saying? I had a courtship with for a time, and we felt very deeply for each other, though we didn't, step to the next level. So I've like I said, I've eight of them 12 tribes I done dealt with. I love, I appreciate, but don't give yourself to no girl that's not heavy. That don't hold weight, bro. That simple. Go ahead, sure.
No. You hit a lot of great points, and to add to that, speaking on both sides, but I'm just gonna kind of, challenge the men for a second, right? Because we run our household, right? We're supposed to be the caregivers. We're supposed to be the providers. We're supposed to be taking care of everything that dwells within. A lot of us, and when I say us, I mean Israel. We don't have standards because we don't necessarily understand who we are.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? So that plays a big part. I mean, we already know we lost our heritage. So when you lose a heritage, you don't know, what to stand for.
We're just making some shit up as we go.
We're making the shit up as we go. And then when you got Esau that's developed a society that we're living in now, where you can go every which way, choose one, we're following after different doctrines, and that doesn't necessarily fit our spirit.
Listen, we're following after different doctrines, but then we're interacting with each other, we're trying to fuck with each other.
Exactly. So
we'll fox with each other.
Right. So, it's just a means of destruction, right out the gate before you even know it. And, the ones who can kind of navigate through life are the ones who understand what they're going to tolerate versus what they're not going to tolerate. Mm-hmm. I think that's
what me and Deacon call deal breakers.
All praises. Yeah.
We'll call each other and go,
yes.
Tonight, Deacon, she showed me a deal breaker.
Right.
But it's over. I can't move forward.
You see how it's that simple? And your mind shuts off, nah, she did this, so I can't.
It's over.
There's a lot of brothers and sisters, but we're talking about the brothers right now. There's a lot of brothers out there that, because they don't have any standard of themselves or amongst themselves, they're getting taken for money, they're getting taken for this, they're getting cheated on, or they're playing the woman out to the point to where, you know, the woman ain't gonna be no good after she done with you. Now you leaving baggage for the next man.
Exactly. Now I gotta fucking pick the fucking pieces up.
And yo, just to be real, bro, like we gotta understand like who we are. What are your standards? And more importantly, stop looking at this Instagram shit. I mean, don't get me wrong. Listen, we're keeping it real. Look, I like Instagram. But you gotta understand like how to separate yourself.
We have to understand that there's a whole lot of fake shit.
You gotta understand
that everything is fake. It's so fake, and you gotta understand if you're in certain, it's going on everywhere. But being in Atlanta, it's like the pinnacle of this shit. Some of these people and what they're portraying and how they are living day to day is nuts to me. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's like, damn, I just used on Instagram and you were just the baddest bitch and you just got a $600 wig and you got this Gucci outfit on and you driving this Beamer, but she's on Glenwood Road in a fucking roach infested 1 bedroom with an air mattress on the ground. And we're not saying this through by any exaggeration. This is not an exaggeration. This is not us.
I seen it.
Like this is reality. This is a reality. This is reality every fucking day. You see what I'm saying? Bro. Every day it's reality. And not just women. It goes both. It's funny. I was just watching with somebody like a clip of from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta of like just a whole compilation of K Michelle beefs, right? Yeah. And it was funny as hell because the dude Nico, who was with Mimi, right, was like living with some nigga, like him and some nigga were roommates, and K Michelle gets into him and she's like, my nigga, we're in Atlanta, rent is not that high. Why do you have a whole nigga as a roommate, splitting $1,000 rent? That's what she said. Shit like that. But this dude, you'll see him. He's on TV. Yeah. He's presenting himself like he's having money and all this and that. Yeah. But you're splitting some bullshit rent with some other grown ass man when like she said, we're in a place where the rent is not that expensive. If you're a single bachelor by yourself, I don't say, listen, like you said, when nigga you go to Scion for $1,500, you're on TV, $1,500 shouldn't kill you. Right. To have a bachelor pad in Buckhead, in the nicer part of town, and be popping and be able to be like, yeah, bitch, I'm in Buckhead.
Yo, bro, you gotta stay in your lane. You gotta know yourself. You gotta you gotta stay. Listen, boom. I mean, let's be real. Listen, money's relative though, right? It's all relative, bro. It's all relative. Like ain't nobody stunting on nobody.
Hold on, because and also you have to understand is some people are scared of money as well. Yeah, some of these girls too. Just like you have girls that are gold diggers, you also have girls that they see a nigga with a lot of money and get afraid. You see what I'm saying? I respect. And that's a lane thing too. You gotta stay in the lane. I'm not hopping in this baller nigga line. I'm not messing with the baller nigga. Man, look, I'm not getting in.
I respect money. You know what I'm saying? Now I don't allow it to rule over me, especially being the truth, because I know how fast it can go away. The Most High showed me that. It's nothing. Excuse me, various times. But going back to what I was saying, like, bro, I got humbled numerous times. I mean, I remember like my second year, bro, like, you know, I got some money, blah, 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 I'm chilling, but I'm amongst, you know, household names. Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? I'm literally, they coming over my house, I'm going over their house, we're throwing crazy parties, you know, we're flying people up, flying people out, blah, blah, blah. But bro, like, we're going out to dinner. Let me tell you our typical week. A typical week during the season, okay? Play the game on Sunday, come back on the flight. We're gambling already. We're trying on the flight, right, for thousands of dollars. You know, some people, this game called Boo-Ray, I don't know if you heard of it. No. Don't ever play it if you don't got it. Don't ever play it, bro. It's crazy. It's dangerous. It's really dangerous. That's how niggas go broke. I played in a game, in a hand that got all the way up to 40K. You know how scared I was? You know how scared I was? Not because I wasn't afraid to lose. I was afraid that I was going to have to match the pot. Oh. Because if you don't get any books, you have to match the pot. Yeah. So there can be 8 people around that are playing. Everyone can lose, and they just got to pitch in each of them $100 again. But if you don't get any books, you have to match the pot on top of what everybody else just put in. It's crazy. But anyway, so we gambling. We're already looking for the next thing to go to. Right when we land a touchdown, boom, we're going to a club. That's Sunday. Okay? That's still Sunday. That's Sunday. Monday, because you played the early game. 12 o'clock. It could be late. We did that in Green Bay. It could be late. So we come back. party, it's Monday. You gotta check in, injury update, blah, blah, blah. We got Tuesday off. Monday, we're flying people in. The routine was you get them in, you fly them in that Monday night. Car's already waiting for them. They'll go to their room, they get the blah, 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 blah. Send them to the hotel, send them to the mall. Go let them shop at Victoria's Secret, blah, 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 blah. Next thing you know, they got 2 of their friends that they know in the city, came back. We all having fun, drinking, doing whatever. Bro, we would do that like 2-3 times a week. You know what I'm saying? So that's money.
Yeah, that's money.
That's money
because that's money where your recreation budget is high enough to do that 2 and 3 times a week.
Now dinner time, I'm talking about we're spending $600 to $700 a pop, and we're all taking turns. Not that we really care, but I gotta don't worry about it, bro. We'll be at the next spot or something. That'll be we're housing all these people, but bro. There's a couple of times I'm like, yo, I can't keep this shit up. Like, my man, he just got like a $34 million deal.
So he can do it.
He can do it. You know what I'm saying?
You're still 6 figures.
My other boy, you know what I'm saying? He got $6 million. This guy, he just got 3. Like, I'm still in $100,000 club. Like, I didn't get no $1 million bonus yet. Like, and I had to like check myself, bro. I had to check myself.
No, we ain't out spending these niggas.
And like. You still want to continue that lane, but it's like, at some point, bro, like, I'm gonna get laughed at when I don't really have it. Fuck that. And then my boy caught on to what I was doing. He was like, yo, bro, don't trip, man. I got you. Don't worry about it. Just come up first. You'll be all right. He had to tell me that shit at the table. I was embarrassed, and I had money. But he understood, like, if you gotta stay in your lane.
You can't maintain that lifestyle.
Understand where you at. Like, we got 10, 8, 9, 10, 12 years in this shit. Like, usually at year 2, bro. Make it to your 2nd or 3rd deal first, and then
you know the checks get
big. But by that time, I'll be doing different shit with my money now, right? Because now it's all about the investments, and it's all about and I thank God for those type of brothers that I had around me, because they were smart enough to understand, like, okay, let this little nigga feel it a little bit, but at the same time, nah, we got you, bro. Just relax. You know, so I always kept good company, but going back to what we were saying, bro, you gotta know your limits, you gotta know yourself, and you gotta understand, like, if that ain't what you really want, you gotta, like, make strong decisions in life to understand, all right, I need to do this, and that. Or else you're gonna fail every time. Or if you follow behind all these other people, bro, like we were talking about before, all these other different doctrines, the Jones effect, it's a wrap. So I had to take that. I had to say that because it's important, man. A lot of our brothers and sisters, you see that all over Instagram all the time, man. Like, I was watching something today that one of my trainers showed me. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. He showed me on IG Live. It looked like a porno. There's women on there doing any and everything naked. I'm talking about dildos, the whole thing. And I'm like, yo, how is that possible? He's like, there's a glitch in IG Live to where they couldn't ban it. So people are getting away with it, right? I ain't never been on IG Live, but I bet you if you go on your IG Live right now, you'll see some shit that you'll be looking at a porno.
You weren't bargaining.
It's literally a porno. Literally. Wow. Literally.
That's crazy. And the coldest thing is, for anybody that's participating in that, we just have to think about it because they're not even getting paid as IG Live. It's not even paid. So they're just doing it just to do it.
Followers.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Just for followers, just for what they call the cocaine, the clout.
For followers.
They gave the cocaine. You know what I'm saying? It's
just to get raped, just to get taken advantage of. Like, what you doing?
See what I'm saying? But like you said, stay in your lane. If you see a girl that's like that, why are you going after her? If that's not what you're into. Right. Now I remember I met a dude back in the day. Maybe like 10 years ago. Yeah. This nigga was like dating porn star. Like that was his thing. Like he was telling me like, yeah, boy, like, she looked, boy, he showed me a picture of him and like, he was like, yeah, I was with her. Don't know. I'm like, oh, so this nigga like you're into that. Like that's what you're like. If a nigga came and said like, yeah, I went out with a porn, you know what I mean? Like, okay, he didn't want to. No, like he named me like 3 girls. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, damn, like you just do that, like porn girls who are not just prostitutes, but video prostitutes now that everybody can go watch. Yeah. You just date them like that's what you're into. That's crazy as fuck to me, but he might be into that. You see what I'm saying? And that's not the right thing to be into, biblically, of course. But shit, he's into it. So you think he complains? But how much of an asshole would he be if he's into dating porn stars, but he gets into a fight with a porn star? Is like, well, bitch, you suck dick for money. You knew that, and you made the conscientious decision to be my nigga. You see what I'm saying? So you can't complain about it.
There's a consequence for everything. There's a consequence for everything. And you know what? You got some niggas who can maintain that porno lifestyle and want to do this and that. But I mean, when it comes time to settling down or always, really taking in a woman, you're never. That's not her. That's not her. You're always gonna hold her to a different standard, bro. Like,
and that's the thing, and that's why it's so important once we understand the biblical concept of marriage, that we're not going around saying, oh, I'm just gonna date her and fuck for all this, it's like you're for, but we gotta get candid on this. I'm gonna just be real so I can express myself without, without chains. Instead, cut all that shit out and find a woman that's really for you, that compliments you, that you feel some way about, to really deal with, or women, one at a, because you're meeting them one at a time. It don't just got to be one, and we understand that of a surety. But you're not meeting 3 girls at once. You know what I'm saying? I met her and I really like her, and then I met her and I really like her, and it might have been at the same day or the same week, or might have been 10 years apart. But it is what it is. That's what you have to you have to get with the women that you really feel some type of way about, that compliments you. Brothers ain't doing that, and that's why they're constantly complaining, and sisters ain't either, and they constantly complaining. You keep don't settle. If that's not what you're into, it's okay to say no. Don't settle. And it's okay to. Now it's crazy because I was talking to somebody. I think it was a girl. She might have been new to the truth, or possibly in the world, and I'm like, boom. So I said something about dating, and she was like, well, dating means like y'all having sex. I'm like, nah. I mean, that might be some people's definition. That was my definition. You see what I'm saying? Dating. So let's just break the word dating down. The root word of dating is the word date. Somebody you go on dates with. You see what I'm saying? That, to me, that's what dating is. We're going on dates. I might not see you after this date. You see what I'm saying? I'm definitely not, going home and, you know what I mean? So to me, if I say the word dating, courting is just the archaic way of saying dating, right? We're in a courtship. We are seeing each other. We haven't gone to the next step, which according to us, the next step is intercourse. You see what I'm saying? So we see each other. We converse with each other. We're getting to know each other. It possibly can go to the next level, or it could dissipate. It could go either way. That process, not sleeping with people, but meeting people, talking to them, spending time around them, measuring as to whether or not they meet where you like them to be, and you feel some type of way, that's necessary. That needs to be done. Go ahead, Asal. You've been quiet.
No, it's like it, because you brothers definitely have more experience and knowledge in this area than I do. But I just going back to the scripture. The scripture said, "Prove a friend." A friend you have to prove first. So how much more a lifelong companion? And that's why it trips me out with brothers in the truth who. See, because going back to what I was always saying earlier, you got a lot of brothers, these he-man woman haters. I'm going to just call it what it is. You got a lot of niggas are just he-man woman haters. Oh, the
alfalfa ass niggas.
And aren't looking within themselves. Okay, there may be
buckwheat ass niggas.
Certain sisters do have problems. But guess what, nigga? You got problems too. She got baggage, but you got baggage.
And that be the thing too. You know what I mean? Like, she got daddy issues and you got mommy issues.
Right.
You feel me? Pursuant to Deuteronomy 28.
Right.
We're going through the curses, right, and breaking it down. Brother, sister, you an Israelite. See, look, hit that one. But wait, we forgot that part when you engaging with this woman and you understand she got daddy issues and you got mommy issues because your mama told you ain't shit and her daddy abandoned her. You see what I'm saying? But that's all literally in Deuteronomy 28. Why are we acting like it's not there?
Yeah.
And you're not going to have to deal with that trauma. and work past it, and then maybe in 5 fucking years from now, after you put this time in with this girl, she can overcome it, and your black ass can overcome it too. Go ahead,
exactly,
right.
and which goes right back to Slug. Just a real quick point, which is why you want to be able to meet them, you know, where they at. And here's what's so cold about it is, you have a brother complain, man, this woman she ain't bringing up to the table, and bringing something to the table doesn't just mean financially. You see what I'm saying? But what are you bringing? You see what I'm saying? Like,
well, but the question is, if she's not bringing shit to the table that you want, right?
How do you put in a position to do so?
But also, you knew that before you fucking took it. Nigga, so why the fuck would you take the bitch?
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? What the fuck are you thinking about?
Right, and a brother with all kind of issues, and this is sisters too. Don't listen, y'all are not off the hook or exonerated by any stretch of the imagination. But we just getting on brothers right now. They'll have so much shit so much baggage that they have, so many problems that they have, and they'll expect just a woman to come from heaven and the Lord
with no experience in life.
You see what I'm saying?
Whose foot has never touched the ground.
No, I mean that could happen. But just being honest, that's probably not gonna happen. So why not, instead of focusing on all the shit that she not bringing, why don't y'all work together to try to build something with each other? But brothers, niggas just don't do that.
You know why they don't do that? You know what? No, which
goes right into my next point. And this kind of all ties full circle. Is like, I mean, we brought out the scriptures. The scripture was talking about giving not thyself over to a light woman. That should be the number one thing. At least for me, it is. It's the number one thing in dealing with any woman. Does she put the Most High first? How does the Most High? How is it in her life? Because if that's not principle, then that's the whole shower card is gonna come forward.
End the conversation right there. Thank you.
Yeah, go ahead.
No. I'm so glad you brought that out, because I was just gonna go into that. Like, where are your standards? And if you do have the standards of the Most High, that means that the person that you're talking to has the same standards. Because if they don't, then that means you can't accept their standard. That makes sense.
No, exactly.
Standards, right?
Standards, but standards is important.
That's right.
Set fucking standards.
That's right. That's right.
You gotta have standards.
That's right.
And if, like you said, if somebody not meeting that, bro, then you know it is what it is. Why deal with them?
We been out. Y'all been around me, and you know how I am. Like, first and foremost, we got a rule, which I think is a great rule. Just being real honest with y'all, in SICARRI, where soldiers can't take on wives, and I think that's a powerful thing, because you don't even know who the fuck you are. You know what I'm saying? You gotta grow, bro. You might fall out the truth. You might come back in. You're constantly learning. But even beyond that, bro, how can I put this? I really lost my train of thought. I was on it too.
No, you was gonna say something.
I was gonna say something. We might edit that, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, Most High Spirit will give it back.
Spirit will come back to me.
But I'm just happy in my spiritual maturation, and I'm fucking 30 years old now. We cursing a lot on this episode.
No, we are.
I really don't care.
Yeah.
All right.
This is a
I
remember.
Put bleeps.
Go ahead.
I remember.
No bleeps. Because I told Assad earlier, I said, if you put bleeps in, I'm gonna have this nigga bleep out just shit you say that's not a curse word. Just bleep with Assad saying that.
No, so I remember Salaki. So when we go out, I'm afraid to even talk to sisters.
Yeah, sometimes I'll be like that too.
Afraid in a sense, I'm not afraid to talk to a girl.
Intimidated about it.
But where I'm at in my walk, right, is I know where my mind's at. Like, I can separate the two because I got wisdom, but I still think, like, me talking to a chick is me, we going not necessarily to that next step, but I'm still developing myself in the truth. You know what I'm saying? So I know the responsibilities of me taking on another woman. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Or marrying another woman. I understand the responsibility, so I'm not gonna give a woman, at least right now, a quarter of me when I know I got at least another 25 to 50 more % to go.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That way I can really embark on, that way I know the steps on how to take on this role.
Facts.
And I'm not gonna come with her, or I'm not gonna give myself any bullshit. So, I kind of stay away. I stay in my lane, I talk, but I don't really do too much, man.
Yeah, I mean, and you shouldn't. You just shouldn't, because you gotta weigh stuff out. You know what I mean? And you know, you have that hurdle, brothers. We in the truth. If we meet a woman that's not, you now got hurdles to jump over.
That's right.
And there's nothing wrong with that, because at the end of the day, you could be the vessel to bring her into the truth.
That's right.
And you could be the vessel to bring her into the truth and not the man the Most High has appointed for her at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Even though you think so or it seems so. You possibly could just have been set up to come into her life to bring her into this thing.
That's right.
And then, you know, there's a whole other brother that the Most High actually has for her. And that's his plan. And all praises to him regardless. But, you know, so we have that hurdle of, okay, how am I going to introduce this information to her? And this is, you know, as my,
because that's your first thought.
Lifestyle.
Lifestyle.
This is our lifestyle.
Tag that.
You know what I mean? And but the beautiful thing is, so one of the beautiful things are this, right? No matter what, because we carry ourselves, and number one, we're in the spirit, and we carry, no matter what setting we enter into, everybody will be able to identify that there's something different and unique about the men of the Lord. We could be doing anything. We could be in a restaurant. We could be in a nightclub. We could be walking through the mall. Us and our spirit is counter everything they're seeing around them.
Absolutely.
It's counter the world, even in the simplest way, right? That's even absent the obvious, which are zeets, fringes, stuff like that. Absent that, even the things that we don't partake in, you know what I mean, the buffoonery that we, you know, all the different stuff. It's people observe it.
That's right.
And sometimes inquisitive people, it draws them.
That's right.
Especially women, like,
that's right.
Like, what are they on? Like, what do they do? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just to ask me, like, what do you do? You know what I'm saying? Serve the Most High.
You know what's
you
sad?
know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
You know what's sad, as you finish your point, when you do have those embark on those conversations with women, especially Israel, and then they just write it off. Like, they have no idea the type of information, whether the brother knows a lot or a little, the type of information that the brother has access to, just so they can better them.
Exactly.
Do you know the Bible speaks?
like it's crazy, bro. It's just like they just I'm going to IG, or I'm gonna deal with this nigga. Like, what?
Yes, see, you're dealing with a man of God.
And it just makes you just be like, oh gosh,
bro. Now here's something crazy on the flip side too. I was talking to this sister. I guess a mild courtship. You know the sister, right? And I remember I was asking her one night. I was like, "What made you want to talk to me?" Right? And she said one of the coldest things I ever heard in my life. She said, "I've never had a relationship with somebody who loved God before." And I was like, That's
some new millennial shit.
Nigga, that's a great answer.
That's a great answer.
Yeah, and that's somebody who's seemingly looking for the right stuff. You see what I'm saying? The right things, and that's what people should be looking for. You know, in prioritizing, and brothers and sisters got to learn how to navigate this whole thing, and move with wisdom. And I'm saying this as a brother that has not always moved with wisdom. And you know, I mean, within the last 2 to 3 years, I could tell you some unwise decisions that I've made, as far as quote unquote dating and, you know, things of that nature. So definitely, but being where I'm at now, number one, I always knew that it's kind of like that saying that once you get to 30, there's just grown man strength kicks in,
switch comes
and
in.
Wisdom. There's a switch hit, and I felt it. And even though I'm like, damn, like I'm not in my 20s no more. You know what I'm saying? Like it felt like that. Like it really kind of like I really for the first time.
Like, not me, motherfucker.
Like literally, I've never felt that feeling of like I'm getting old. I never felt that until I turned 30. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, a nigga is 30. But then I realized the saying is true. 30 is the new 20. I actually understand what that means now.
Yeah.
30 is the new 20 because you're doing what you were doing at 20. You're ready to do it because you have more sense and wisdom to do it. So now you're doing it smarter than you did. You're doing it over but smarter. You see what I'm saying?
You're refining yourself.
You're refining. You're like, all right, all that shit I was doing, I'm ready to really do it.
Yeah.
With the right head on my shoulder. You know what I'm saying? So that's the good thing.
Yeah.
I'm realizing, but I'm having just the wisdom of, okay, like if dealing with women, if I don't feel like I need her, I'm not fucking with her. You see what I'm saying? If I don't feel like, you know what she is giving to me is something that I need, and what she's giving to me is not even it's not even anything sexual. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because I need to feel like that about you before intimacy comes into play.
That's right. I need to be stimulated somehow.
And if you feel that way about a girl, you don't even have to worry about intimacy with her.
No.
Because if y'all are rocking and vibrating on that level, that's gonna be on point. That's already taken care of. You see what I'm saying? You're not even gonna have any problems in that department. You see what I'm saying? So it's heavy. Man, anything in closing?
Nah, man, just stay in your lane.
Stay in your fucking lane.
Stay in your
please.
fucking lane, Israel.
Please, bro. Please stay in your lane. It's gonna feel so good. Some of you niggas y'all could have had a good career in AA. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And you looking for a bitch that's major league. And bro, you need to stay in that AA ballpark. You know what I'm saying? Don't go to the AAA ballpark. Wow. You might could go down to single A.
That's right.
You know what I mean? But don't go into that AAA, that major league ballpark, and be realistic with yourself about it. And there's nothing wrong with that. Stay in that lane.
That's right.
Period, bro. You know what I mean? And a lot of this shit that you think you want is fake anyway. So forget about it. Right? SICARRI?
No, I mean, it's simple. What is that? Sirach 25. It says that a righteous woman is given as an inheritance to a man that fears the Most High. So, if you fear him, he gonna give you a right one. And if you keep getting wrong ones, why don't you look in the goddamn
scripture scared the shit out of me.
And you gotta and also this shit come with patience, because I gotta say this too. A lot of people in Israel rush into relationships and situations because they feel like, not even they feel like, but it's so a part of our culture to be married. Like, that's our culture.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? That's a major part of our culture.
Right.
Marriage, family, building, without question. So I understand the feeling of it as a necessity. But what we have to understand is, in these times, you should not rush into the situation. You shouldn't rush. There's a saying called fools rush in. We come from a culture where before your woman went around and had to sample and get her heart broken by this nigga in high school and do this and that, all those various things, before she went through and obtained relationship damage from maltreatment, before any of that occurred to her, her father had already been led in the spirit to choose a husband for her. You see what I'm saying? We come from that, and that's that strong family foundation, and that's something that's rare in these days and times. Yeah. So with that being understood, this is why we can't rush in, because we're not having situations like that like we used to, like we're accustomed to, like culturally is right for us. Mm-hmm. Us now having kids, and we're trying our best to implement that culturally now, but it's not necessarily. And we got to understand, courtships are not betrothals. What do I mean by courtships are not betrothals? If you and a sister are courting, she's not promised to you. If a woman cannot promise herself to you, right? Her father, without ever knowing a man, can promise her to you. Anything outside of that is a mutual agreement that you and her are involved with. And at any moment, if she wants to walk away from that, if y'all have not consummated the marriage, she can walk away. Mm-hmm. Y'all are dating. Again, courtship is just the archaic or old-fashioned way of saying dating, right? So you need to go through that process. You need to value that process. You need to wait that process out for a minimum of 6 months. See what I'm saying? And again, take this from me. I've jumped the gun and lived to regret it. So I'm not saying this as somebody who I just think I know everything about relationships. Yeah. But through trial and error, I think I'm qualified to speak on relationships. And even if I fall short, I'm not, and I've never been made practice of allowing Israel to fall short. Right? So I'm not going to tell you no bullshit. I'm just not. I'm going to give it to you real. Right? But That's what I got, man. All praise Yahweh Shem Shai Shalom.
Shalom.
That'd be a good one. That's a real topic, though.
That was a hell of a topic.